It's Design Studio time with Mrs. C. Our first lesson is on slide design. Are you ready? Let's go! This lesson is going to focus on text, color, and providing balance on your slides. Let's first look at text. When adding text to your slide, there's a little rule of thumb. It is a maximum of 2 different fonts, and both of them are to be easy to read. They also need to complement each other. You can find different tools online that will help you to know which fonts will complement each other and which fonts don't go well together at all. The most important thing to think about is readability. You don't need to be fancy, you just want to be functional. You want people to be able to read your messages. So don't have a whole lot of text on those slides, and make sure you add visuals to go with your words. The most important message to remember about text: keep it simple. Don't have too many words on a slide. Which leads us into color. When you are ready to think about color for your slides, use a color palette or a color wheel to figure out what colors go well together. At coolors.co, there's an interactive color palette. Choose a color that you want to start with, and it'll give you some options for colors that go with that color. There is a reason why paint stores have paint chips with colors that go together. Some colors just don't work well together, and you definitely don't want to mix those colors. The next thing to think about on a slide is balance. Not this kind of balance, but you'll see. Creating balance on your slide helps to create structure and make work easier to understand. It makes the flow go better. The first type of balance is symmetrical balance. It is when your slide is pretty much divided in half, and what happens on one side is balanced by the other side. Your asymmetrical balance is taking something that you want as a focal point and kind of putting it off to the side. As in this dog here that's half hanging off the screen. You can also put your text in different places too. It doesn't have to always be at the top. See, it works at the bottom too. As for objects and other things you want to add to your slide, there is another rule. It's a rule of 3. Think in groups of 3 objects or 3 shapes, but it is always a good idea to make sure you add 3. Offset that balance of 2 by creating one more thing and make it more pleasing to the eye. Are you ready to start designing your first slideshow? Here's a review of the 3 things to remember. First, choose your text and font carefully. Not too much text on a slide, and make sure your fonts go together. Use a color palette or a color wheel in order to find colors that complement each other. And create balance on each slide, a balance of white space, pictures, and text. That's it for this lesson. See you next time.